Yo, what's up,
24
Potassium
pot
Dogs?
7.
And today I'm gonna briefly go over what's so OP about speed. Now, there are a couple things that make speed a little bit like OP, but one of the main things is well, first off, flash type scaling, right? Like, I mean, if you just, I mean, there's really no reason to go 5 like Kendo. It does give you more posture and zero scaling, but like, if you're on Quincy, sorry for, that doesn't really do anything for you. We will be going over the combos, what makes speed so good, and what speed really lacks, and why hybrid speed is actually pretty much way better than normal speed. But to start with, we're not gonna be talking about like any like the ass who's like booming cut. It is a good move, but like whatever, bro. But flash fake out, just overall really good move. I'd even say it's possibly one of the best moves in the game if you're playing a wrong card, but you know it's a wrong card exclusive. But overall, very good move. Because you know it's quite literally like an auto feint, and you teleport behind them, setting up for like you know a fast fang, a floating strike, waterfall dance, swift slashes, even a spectre step if you really want. A black claw feint into a crit is just pretty insane most of the time as well. Yeah, you know, very solid move. Always go it, even if you aren't going speed, you're gonna go 50 into like for instance medic. You go 15 speed just because flash fake out is just so nasty. But obviously that was like a bad you know Venn diagram whatever, because you know 65 speed is good, 65 heal, you know medic is good. But next one we have is flash cut. Flash cut is very good. Flash cut is just like a very good gap closer. To be fair, if like you if for instance you want to close the gap with people, I recommend either black clawing, feinting it, and then using flash strike, because once you black claw, most people are gonna dash away, and then that pretty much just sets up your flash strike, which they have to parry. And yeah, you know, if you catch them with the pants down, quite literally, you can either go into a flash fang, or just overall, you know, just something quick that you can do, like even like a time cut right after would be huge in a way, in a sense as well. But yeah, you know, Black Claw, really don't underestimate it. It's really good in the game right now. I'd even say it's possibly the best skill box on speed. You can debate it's probably the best on, you know, Kendo speed, but I don't know about that. I feel like Flash Fake Out is just 12 times better. It's just the easiest roll catcher in the game. Like it simply just outplays. But getting into the next one, well, to actually you know finish up with Flash Cut, most people don't know, but Flash Cut, boom, you hit your target. Most people like will go into floating strikes, but if you're on hybrid, a really good mix-up to do is Rising Swallow, just due to the fact that it has a very fast wind-up, and overall most people use it in parry trades, so like you're gonna be catching them with their pants down once again, and that's pretty much the name of this game, to catch people with their pants down. Phantom Trick, Phantom Trick's good. It's just like one of those moves that like, you know, you could like replace it with like, you know, Skyscrapers, because Skyscraper isn't really the best. We'll get into Skyscraper sooner, but yeah, you can also replace it with Waterfall, you know. But like most moves, like you know, Flash Fang, Floating, like all of these moves that I didn't just name, you know, these are probably like you know very detrimental. You could probably get away with getting rid of Flash Fake Out if you really want, you know, for some reason Phantom Trick. Dropping Fang has to be one of the best moves, along with Flash Cut. It's just overall to overall get past Avert Down, get past a time cut, get past a Earth Shatter. It's just very good. It's just like a better, genuinely just a better Earth Shatter, because it doesn't knock away. And it also just you know goes into you know Swift Strikes, Flash Cut, you know most of your moves that are going to be doing high damage. And yeah, you know, not really much else to say. Also, like a pretty like weak requirement, only 35 speed, which you know most people will be going at least 45, 40. You know, I don't really see people going anything under, just because Floating Strikes is 36. You know, which is the next one we're gonna get into. Now, Floating Strikes. Secret Z tier. I don't even think it's secret. I think everyone knows that Floating Strike is Z tier, just due to the fact that it has two fundamentals. One being that if you're on a wrong card, Floating Strikes into Seracornia is true, and another thing is Swift Slashes. Right. I know we're not there yet, but I'm gonna talk about Swift Slashes right now since we're on Floating Strikes. Swift Slashes shares a cooldown with Floating Strikes. Now, what do I mean by this? If I, for instance, go up to this as we can see, Switch Likes is immediately off cooldown. Now, you may be wondering, well, that doesn't like do anything huge. Well, it kind of is, considering the fact that you can just kind of like throw out your 4 as so to say you revert down, and you know, go into floating strikes and immediately go into 4. And just so you know, if you don't immediately go into your 4 after floating, it doesn't matter. Don't worry. Don't try to pressure your 4, because once you hit a floating strikes, no matter what cooldown is on, you could just use it. It is effectively off cooldown, which makes speed so fucking. It makes it literally Z tier. So you could literally floating, Flash Fang, into like a fainted Black Claw, into crit, or a fainted Black Claw into Swift Strikes, and then just to end the combo, you can flash cut maybe, and then just time cut. Like the possibilities are literally endless. That's why it's like possibly one of the most fruitiest playstyles I would ever say, other than SR Keto. Fuck Keto overall. But getting into the next move, Fast Fang. Fast Fang is it has a very high skill ceiling, I will say, just because, you know, you will think that like sometimes like, oh, you know, if I just turn around, you know, say for instance my enemy's like right here, right, I could just like, oh, let me just dash and turn, like, no. Most of the time it's gonna get varied. Most of the time you just generally want to use it after Unseen Blade, or overall just after time cut if you catch him with the pants down, or after a guard break, you know, because like there's really nothing else you can really do with it. It's mostly like your combo extender after a guard break, right? It's not a combo starter. It does do high posture, so like, you know, if you hit someone with like a sub move, you know, and like, you know, they're close to getting guard broken, hit him with a Flash Fang, and boom, they're guard broken. It just sets up. It just honestly sets up for your push flash, which I would personally do just so next fight I can easily rely on my Flash Cut, my Black Claw, Flash Fang, and you know, just overall everything else, right? And you know, if I obviously hit that floating strikes, this 5-second CD isn't going to be 5 seconds. It's going to just be easy for me to use. And overall, if I do hit the floating strikes, what I could do is easily flash fake out into my slashes, which is kind of like a really good mix-up, because either they don't parry it, or you know, they parry it. Like there's generally no in between. But yeah, getting into the next one, Waterfall Dance is it's very good to passively play. Something really good to do with it is Black Claw Feint into Waterfall Dance, because if you like in low elo, you can catch people a lot of times with a free Waterfall Dance. If you just like Black Claw, like say for instance like right over here, right, you keep running to them, you Black Claw, right, you're gonna end up like right here or something. Now they're gonna be like right here, you know, trying to scope out the scene, and they're gonna be like, oh, well, he just missed his Black Claw. Boom, wrong, I actually feinted my Black Claw, right? And yeah, with that, I'm just gonna Waterfall Dance, which gives you hyper armor and can also start a combo pretty easily with either like a sub move or overall flash fake out. You know, you could go into a floating strikes. That's if you're like midway through the match. I don't recommend going into floating. Don't make your floating obvious, or else you're never gonna hit your floating. It's fine to make your slashes obvious, you know, because like a jump into those slashes, now that's deadly. Come on now. I'll probably get into another video with that, just overall mix-ups on, you know, every single skill tree. But next one to talk about is Swift Slashes. I think we already talked about this. I don't really have to say it. Scratch Hyper has to be one of the worst moves. I mean, it's just very S-keyable. It's just very easy to get out of. And overall, I generally just don't see myself getting hit with it. Though it does have the same properties of floating into Swift Slashes, which is like where Swift Slashes TPs up in the air. You could use it. Most people don't use it just because it's like, well, it doesn't reset anything. It has no really good uses except for that, you know, slight indication with the 4, which I guess is cool, but it generally just doesn't do anything. As like for a speed skill that has 55, it's honestly just kind of insane, to be honest, that it's that ass. Time cut is, I would say, frame 1. I don't even think you could cancel it. But it's a very fast. They fixed it. I would say it's like high A tier, low A tier as well, because whenever you do parry it, finally it finally you know, cancels. Which for some reason back in Old Type Soul it didn't cancel for whatever reason. But yeah, those are pretty much all the moves. I don't think I have to like talk about you know, my Black Claw, Flash Fang, like they're just overall like really good moves. I already talked about Black Claw a little bit as well. I'm gonna talk about Unseen Blade. Also, you know, as for the Ultra Skill 4, speed, I wouldn't really recommend going CMW anymore. It's just kind of like a worse version of Black Flash now. Black Flash cannot be parried, cannot be dodged. You kind of low-key just have to like throw yourself out the way somehow while versing up against a person playing with Black Flash. But CMW easily parable. If you do want to run CMW, obviously go Siphon because there is a chance that you can move stack with it. But overall, Unseen Blade is going to be your best essence, right? Unless you have Alpha Strike. But at the same time, if you are going 60 or 65 speed, I don't know why you're not running Unseen, just due to the fact that it has crazy mobility. And overall, like, let's just count. Boom, I'm right here. Let's see how far I go. I don't think I'm gonna get there. I think I'm gonna get to the like other material. But let's see. Almost to the other material. If I use a Black Flash, I'm even past the material. So yeah, this thing is pretty busted. There is like really like no reason not to. I'm not gonna really do like a ranking all of the ranking all the strips, ranking all the resistors, all that with speed, but if you do want a video like that, or get this video to 5 likes, I guess, and then I'll do it with like every single, like I won't do no bullshit where like Shrift for one video. No, I'm just gonna do all of them, like full rings as well, in just one video with speed. Vamp gotta be bottom 5 with it. I mean, genuinely bottom 5 with it, so don't run Vamp. If anything, I'd even say 20 Kendo 45 speed is better than whatever the fuck you're running with Vamp. But yeah, overall, let me know if you liked the video. I'm gonna do a Kendo one tomorrow, and yeah, I want to probably do after that ground Hakuda along with air Hakuda, just because those are like really the only other 2 sculptures I know. If you do want a keto, like every keto guide, that's gonna take like a toll on my body, by the way, so let that sink in when I'm saying this. You're gonna have to get the Kendo video to 20 likes. But yeah, I'm sorry for making this video so long. I had this one recorded, but I just had to redo it just because like I had Black Flash and all that, but I didn't really like give like a good documentary on it, and like kind of fucked up with most shit that I said. But yeah, if you did enjoy it, like, comment, share, grandma, and yeah, pot is out, pot flipping out.